Hello, beautifuls. I'm back. Let's do a reading. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, subscribe if you are a lovebird, somebody who's looking for love, somebody who's looking to conquer love. Let's do a quick check-in. Do things a little different today. Let's be a little creative and fun. I'm calling on God as I embark on this tarot reading. May I receive clear insights and understanding. May this reading be for the highest good of all, and may it offer guidance, clarity, and truth. I approach this with respect, gratitude, and with love. So be it. Let me do a quick audio check-in. Audio check-in. Ooh, it's working, guys. It's working. We're rebuking that Satan. Rebuking Satan. Okay, that's good. All right, we're rebuking Satan. I see it seems like the last 44 times I've been trying to do a live, the audio or something's been going wrong. So let's just do a quick cleansing, do a check-in for those who are in a quest for love. There's my QR code if you want to go onto my website and see who I am and what I'm about. So let's do a reading today, guys. My name is Veronica. I am an emotional um, wellness and life coach, and I am currently married to my twin flame. Been on a twin flame journey since 2011. 11 make a wish. I am an so the emotional energy center is very I am an empath. I was gonna say I'm an empath. I'm an emotional energy um how do you call that, reader. And so I speak energy, guys. I speak magic. And so mind body spirit, the mind knows right from wrong, the body can do right from wrong, but the spirit sometimes holds us back from making that move. And so I help you tap into your chakras, your emotional energy center, and help you figure out what are your blocks, what is stopping you from taking that next step forward that's going to get you closer to obtaining your dream goals, your desires, whether it's love or money, or just health. What is it that you're looking for, and how are you self-sabotaging your dream goals? A lot of times through our subconscious, we don't realize this, and this is where I come into play as I help you understand your subconscious mind, your subconscious thoughts. Um, what are the emotional blocks that are blocking you due to trauma and past pain? What are those blocks that are stopping you from living your dream goals? So you want love when you wake up, but you've been cheated on or lied on, and there's resentment and fear and doubt. Those are blocks, emotional blocks. How can we overcome those blocks so you're not sabotaging and acting in a way that's sabotaging your desire to be with your partner? Like, you have a partner, you love them, you want to be together, but there's some self doubt, fear, worry, stress that's preventing you from being together. And so then you react in a ways, and it's really subconsciously. You really most of the time you're not aware of how you're acting until you're tap into your subconscious, and you're consciously and actively practicing positive affirmations to rebuke those negative thoughts. Okay, so sometimes what we do is, because we've been cheated on, victimized, is that we want love. We wake up, we want love, but because we have fear, our actions will come out in a way that repels that partner from being with us. And so we're gonna tap in today. Let's see what's going on. What's the energy and the subconscious? What needs to be brought out to surface into light to overcome those fears to make us the most successful versions of ourselves. And when you are happy within yourself, you're gonna attract your twin flame, your partner, your soulmate, and you will be the perfect just um power couple. And so let's keep going. Let's keep going, guys. So as you see there on the screen, you'll see the seven stones. You have the root chakra, the solar chakra, the sacral, the heart. Actually, let me see. Let me reorganize these. So we have your root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, which this one is really, really calling to be turned over, and then your crown chakra. So I want you to just focus and meditate on these colors, on the stones, and decide which stone is attracting your attention, calling your name, so that we can flip your card for your personal message. Other than that, let's continue on with this reading. So I do have my mic on a different audio setting. I hope that everything sounds clear. And let's get started with this reading. So I'm gonna pull out a few cards just to see what's the current energy going on with your divine masculine. What is the current energy going on with the divine feminine? Which this channel is intended for my divine feminines. So what's going on with you? And then um the current energy between you guys, and then any blockages, and then the overall outcome of the day. So we'll do a daily spread, and then we'll close off with an angel card with your choice. Okay, sound good. All right, let's go. So for the first card, I have for the divine masculine, I have the King of Cups. With the King of Cups, oh, his energy is coming in very mature, very much within his um in his emotions. Like he has control of his emotional energy center, or at least he's managing or manipulating it to seem that he is in control. So he has a balance there. He's not like angry or over aggressive or over um um excuse me. He is coming in as a matured, emotionally matured man. I feel like there is love, and there's love in this relationship. He may be expressing that, he may be communicating that, he may be calling you and saying good morning or I love you, or sending constant messages throughout the day. Excuse me, giving you some water. So it's constantly giving you some love and attention and affection, being very loving and catering to you. Um, as for you and your energy is coming in as like almost possessiveness, or like not wanting to let go. I feel like there's fear coming from on your side. I don't know. I have the energy of him kind of like happy and jolly, happy, jolly, um, very charismatic. Um, it's not, it's not like player energy or, yeah, it's not player energy or salesman's energy. It's just very like warm and fuzzy energy. And he may be out working or working with a lot of people, or he has like a lot of responsibilities going on with himself or in like, with business or work, and there's like a lot of people around him. For you, you may be home working from home, and you may be a little bit more isolated. And so there's a lot of like there's a energy of like fear or doubt coming from your part. Hello, Shannon. Shannon Marie, Shannon Mary 1523. Hello, how are you? So let me know if this resonates for you. This is just a collective reading. Take what resonates, toss what doesn't. If you see on the screen, I have the seven chakra stones there. Meditate on the color or stone that's calling your name. And at the end of this reading, I'll have you pick your own. So right now I am doing a twin flame reading. I'm doing a daily check-in with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And for the divine masculine, I have the energy of a man that's divine masculine that's very emotional, matured right now. He's coming in like, with the King of Cups. And the divine feminine kind of has of a spirit of fear or just, maybe she's just isolated, working from home, has fear or doubts. And so this is just kind of like a check-in to see, okay, what's going on in the subconscious, what maybe hidden or hidden blocks that are preventing you from obtaining your dream goal, which is love and marriage and success, right? Whatever success is to you. So if that resonates with you, continue listening. Like I said, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, toss what doesn't. So divine feminine, I feel that there's a lot of it's almost like, yeah, it's very much in the subconscious. If you've been victimized, there's some fear, some doubt that's going on there that's keeping you up at night, that's holding you, that's you may have like insomnia or not be you having a hard time sleeping. And so what the message from spirit is to speak, to communicate. It's a time for truth. Divine masculine may be very busy in a world with a lot of different types of people, maybe family, friends, and business related. And he has like a lot of things coming up. And there's something that's coming up that's we're coming out of this Mercury retrograde energy and the full moon energy, and so completing of a cycle. We're releasing what no longer serves us and stepping up into this next phase in life. And so there is some I don't know if it's intentional on the divine masculine, that he's not like he doesn't want to complete it, or there's some fear there, or there's just so much going on that the message for him and what is needed for him is he needs to organize and strategize, create a strategic plan. I've been in a bit of a frozen state for about a year. Yeah. So yeah, Shannon, so like the energy here, what I'm getting is like I don't know if you're just home or you're working from home, but there's like so definitely like taking care of your mental health, mind, body, spirit. And so that's where I come into play is I help people connect to their spirit, their subconscious. The mind, most of us know right from wrong. We eat salads, don't eat chips, right from wrong, right? Body can literally, we're healthy. We have hopefully we all have our limbs and, we're active and but mind, body, spirit. Spiritually, our spirit prevents us from doing what we know and we can actively do better and differently. I am getting the energy on the part of the divine feminine, like looking back at home or like reminiscing a lot, maybe by looking back to like your childhood or the need to go back home um to your place that you once called home, or you're creating a home, or you're taking care of children. There's a lot of stress and worry on the divine feminine part. Divine masculine is seems to be very, very, very busy. And so there's the energy of needing to come together and speak and to communicate. These are my needs, these are my wants. And a lot of times we get lost, us as females, as women, we get lost in the sauce. We forget um who we are. And so divine feminine, this may be you um with this energy of the childlike energy with the six of cups, going back home or taking care of children or going back to your childhood place. It also may be a mirror metaphor for calling back your inner child, calling back your true authentic self. You may not be um satisfied with your physical health, and you're also struggling with your mental health. So this is like a calling back to self. Who are you? Where did you come from? And where do you want to go? This is where the practice comes in, is practicing in breaking out of those belief systems that no longer serves us. If you're a daughter, if you are married, if you have children, if you're a mother, if you are part of like a social group, all of those different little groups, they'll they'll make a list of characteristic traits and titles and tasks that we have to abide by and check mark. And in our time, our everyday 24 hours in a day, our time begins to be consumed by other things and other people and caring for other things. And where you feel we as women, especially us as women, we get lost in the sauce of who is our true authentic self. What do I come here to be? It may seem like the divine masculine is out there, he seems emotionally happy, satisfied. He may be working with, diverse groups of people. He may be a little scattered, but he's out there making big moves. As for you, I feel that there's a stagnant energy. So yeah, I don't know who that I'm a tarot lesbian. I don't know. I'm new at I'm new at this whole YouTube live thing. So when people write stuff like that, I don't even know how to react to that. So yeah, um, there may be some fear on the divine feminine that the divine masculine is out there um with other people. I do not get that energy of the player type though. I could tell you that. And as for me, myself, my personal story, I'm married. I'm a Cancer sign. My sun sign is is Cancer. My husband's, my twin flames sun sign is Sagittarius, water and fire. When I first knew about that, I thought, I put his light out. He doesn't love me. I'm doomed. I'm dead. This will never happen. As I started to learn about myself, started diving into natal charts for self-discovery. I started learning how to turn what I thought was my weakness, my sensitivity, into a strength. And when I started to take my power back, there was resistance between both parties. He didn't like me taking my power back. There was times that I was home. This reading right now reminds me of a time that we were first married, and we had first got married. When I got married, well, before I got married, I had my business. I had two cars. I had my apartment. I had the business. I had, like two rents, two internets, two cars. Everything I had double have to pay for. And then when we got married, we lived up in Wisconsin. I lived up in Wisconsin, and he lived in Florida. And he flew up there. We got married. He flew back down and then flew back up, and then we drove down in a U-Haul. At that moment, when I left my home in Wisconsin, I shut down the business, turned in the keys to the apartment, sold my cars for like super cheap just to get rid of them. Because he promised me the moon and the stars and everything above, once we got to Florida, and I was happy and lovey. I felt just getting married, I thought I had won the lottery, because I literally thought that, he was this player type and that he would never settle down, he would never commit. Because this reading reminds me kind of that, with the King of Cups and then the World. So, he may be somebody who's, out, mingling, networking. You may be at pubs, bars, drinking and talking and socializing with other people. He may feel like he's getting away with something, but really he's being distracted. He's being distracted and leveling up to like the next phase in life. And it's almost like this is an awakening for you, because it's like he's over here doing all these things and you're here home kind of struggling. You may not be happy with your physical health or your mental health. And so there's this call to self. Who are you? What did you come here for? And what's your mission, what's your purpose? And as you start working on your purpose, what you may think that my purpose and my mission and my only drive is to be in love, happily married after with my divine masculine. But if you are in a true twin flame um relationship, or if this is, twin flames, we come in here for a higher purpose. It's higher, it's more, we're coming into this world we're coming into a leadership role to help shift the energies, the vibrations in this world from a negative to a positive. And how do we do that? We do that through our own suffering, our pain, our rejections, and learning how to overcome those blockages, the blockages that happen to us, that through through being quote unquote victimized, hurt, and just going through our troubled times. And so yeah, I'm feeling like in your energy there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of worry. You don't want to let you don't want this to be over. um Divine masculine also does not want this. does not want to this to be over, but there is a need for change, and there may be some resistance and some so yeah. And so, girlfriend, I'm gonna tell you, me, when I got married, I turned over my power. I gave when I got married, I not only turned in my keys to my apartment and got rid of all my cars and turned in my power to my husband and said, now here it's up to you to make me happy, and I'm just gonna sit here in this apartment and wait for you, wake up and cook breakfast and clean the house and be a good little wife and clean the home and get dressed and be ready for when you get home to serve you dinner, a hot warm dinner, and do it all over again. And I thought that that was my role in life, was being a good wife, which at that moment, at that time, it was. We had kids, we had to take care of them. And now I am 42, grown and improved with the 2.0 mindset, because I turned my frown upside down. He took me through the ringer with this. He was just like happy go lucky and rich and had money, and and me, I felt like I was home alone, married, but I was still suffering, and I was going through my dark night of the soul. And so you too may be going through a dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is calling in, who are you? And so, if you would like to dive deep into straight into your natal chart, feel free to click on the link in the description box and book an appointment with me. We can look into your natal charts, and I can help you find what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, how can we build on that, and then create not just a vision board, but a powerful action plan to get you closer to your dreams, goals, and desires. As you start working on yourself, there's nothing sexier than that. Your divine masculine, no matter where he's at in this party, because there's like this whole world. He is like, I got the whole world in my hands. You got the whole world. No, girlfriend, you got the whole world in your hands. Take your power back, take control. And it's not going to happen overnight, but it can happen instantly, like this right now. You have the power to change your energy. My first so if you may be interested, or you may have already heard about The Secrets. It was a movie that I think I watched on Netflix, but it's like everywhere now. The Secret, look it up on YouTube. The Secret. There's podcast, video, movie. There's oracle cards for it. And so it talks about like the subconscious, about like what are how how we speak to ourselves, what we're saying, the fears, the doubts. That little scanner that you see here on the screen, the Itovi, that iTovi scanner is actually scans your emotional energy center, and within like 2 minutes, it'll tell me what is that negative thought that you have, what is that black, the emotional black, and then what is the way out. It's going to give you your personalized personal affirmations, and it also gives you what essential oil you need to help shift the vibrations in your emotional energy center. So by doing aromatherapy with grade A essential oils. It goes up to the part of your brain that releases hormones only through sense. Through the hormones, your body can then relax. Through relaxing your mind and body, can you now then get out of the fight, flight, and freeze. And when you get out of fight, flight, and freeze, then you can start creating. You can start using your imagination. You are in creative mode. And when you get into your creation mode, all of a sudden you'll have downloads. There'll be downloads of information, and then you'll want you to journal, to get a journal and start journaling what it is, your thoughts. At first, journaling may be, just hashing out, telling your story, crying out loud, scribbles, and just, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just be scribbles, writings, But most times when we start journaling, it's we're telling our stories, saying all those negative thoughts. Then it'll come to a point where you stop saying all the negatives, and now it's like, okay, well, what do I want? What would be a great thing? Like, what would be taking your power back? What's your vision board? Oh, I want to create this vision board. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Well, how can you actually make that into, you know, if you do this, this, and that? What are three small tasks you can take to get you closer to your goal? This, and that. And so, as a twin flame, my number one thing was love and marriage. And, but then what? You're married, happy go lucky, then what? As painful and scary this may be, you will overcome this, and you will almost forget it. So I encourage you to journal, 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 journal all your thoughts, your fears, your worries. And then I want you to actively um, change that into a positive affirmation, because it starts with your head and your mind and your mental health, the right from wrong. Treat yourself as your best friend. Every time you say something negative, you rebuke that. Girl, no. This was something positive. If it's a negative thought about your divine masculine, rebuke that negative thought, flip it with something positive. And I not just only like, so this is like when I see this reading, it reminds me specifically of a time when my husband, twin flame, my divine masculine, everything seemed all good. He had a great job. He had his wife. She was staying at home. He'd had friends. He'd come home, get on his motorcycle. He'd go to the pub with his friends. Come home. I'd be sitting there waiting like a little puppy, crying, desperate, not wanting to let go, but stressed. We're going through the dark night of the soul, and I just wanted to chase him. The more you chase, the more they're going to run. This is how you take your power back. Let me show you. Get your journal out, get a piece of paper and a pen. We're gonna do this right now. Get your piece of paper and a pen. And I want you to, this is part of my women's wellness workbook that I created to help women get out of this funk. And I guarantee you, once you start taking your power back, your divine masculine will start chasing you. There's nothing sexier than somebody who's empowered and then living in her own. All right, so get a piece of paper, write that down. For each there's 12 sectors. Each sector is a sector of our life, and I want you to write down from 1 to 10, how satisfied are you? 1 being not satisfied, 10 being satisfied. And I do this daily check-in, like quarterly or monthly. And so give yourself a number from 1 to 10, 1 being not satisfied, 10 being satisfied. Go down the list in health, creativity, home cooking, with your physical wellness, with your home environment, with your social wellness, with your relationship, with education, with your occupation, with your finances, with your spirituality, and with joy. Spirituality, to me, spirit is emotions. Emotionally, how are you? When they say, "Oh, how was Jane? Was she in good spirit? Was she in bad spirits?" They're asking, how was her emotions? And so, spirit is your emotions, mind, body, spirit, your emotions. We talk about the mind, intellect, uh, body, physical, spirit, emotions. And so, I am here as your emotional wellness coach to help you tap into whatever blocks you may have there due to trauma that you overcame through in your life. Not just your trauma, but even your mother's, your grandmother's, your ancestors' trauma gets transferred into our DNA. And so take this time right now to get your journal, write these 12 sectors down, give yourself a number from 1 to 10 in each sector. Once you have giving yourself a number from 1 to 10 in each sector. I want you to find the top three categories with the lowest score and write them down. So if it's home cooking, finances, and your physical wellness, I want you to write them down. And for the next 90 days, I want to, looking at those three categories, I want you to create one goal. What is one goal that you want to work on in the next 90 days? And write that down. That's going to be your vision for the next 90 days. You're going to create three tasks. To every day, you're going to work on three tasks to get you closer to that goal. At this time, when I see this reading here, I remember it reminds me of a time going back to like 6 years ago. It was right before COVID. I was a nail tech. I had my own business, my nail salon in Wisconsin. I shut it down, moved to Florida. I got married, had no car, closed my gym membership, and sat here on the couch waiting for my husband to come home and make me satisfied. Take me to the gym, to take me to the beach, to take me to go look for a job, to buy me a car, to buy me, you know. And I had to take my power back. At this point, I had to literally put on my alarm clock. This is when I started journaling and I started holding myself accountable. Put on an alarm, take a shower, do my makeup. What do I gotta do my makeup for? I'm not going anywhere. Nobody's gonna see me. I don't care. Do your makeup. Be prepared and ready to go. So for any opportunity arises, you're there and ready. You don't have money, figure out a way. Now we're going to start changing your money mindset, because you may feel that you don't have enough money. Money may be a big worry of yours. And so every day you're going to work on your personal hygiene wellness, making sure you get up, have an alarm, have your breakfast, have get dressed and ready. If you don't have a job, I want you to create your home as it is your job. And you got to do laundry, you got to do clean the home, do the dishes, have clean and detox your environment so you can sit down, start journaling, start writing down. At first, it may be just, hashing out all the negative stuff, but slowly you'll begin to start writing. You'll get to a point. My goal is to help you get to a point where you are then flowing with creativity. If you are enjoying this so far, consider purchasing my ebook. It's a high value workbook. It comes with additional resources like this community support, which going forward, I also have another channel. It's called Empower Her Wellness Hub. That's where the people who have purchased the workbook, or I also have a kit for those who have gone to my retreats. I host women's wellness retreats twice a year. One's a 3-day retreat in July in Wisconsin, and then the other one is in January in Dominican Republic. It's an all-inclusive retreat. So women's wellness retreat helps grieving women, or women who are overcoming heartbreak due to loss of a loved one, where there's a child or a spouse or loved one, family member. So overcoming loss of a loved one due to grief, um, grieving loss of a loved one due to death, divorce, separation, or just feeling lost yourself. A lot of times when we go through these dark nights of the soul, it's like we're grieving the old version of ourselves. And so, very much that is the energy of here, of like not letting go of like an old version of ourselves, or an old dream, a vision that we thought it was going to be. Like myself back, 6 years ago, I thought I get married, I turn in my power to him, and everything's gonna be great, happy go lucky. But no, it was only, you know, the beginnings of my dark night of the soul. And so he began to trigger me in a mirror in ways that made me force me to step out of my comfort zone. And one of the first um, things that I used to do at that point, and this was only like 6 years ago, um, is that uh, I remember he was getting ready to leave, and I was like crying, and I don't want him to show. I thought at first I thought if he sees me cry, he's gonna know how much I love him, and he'll stop. And no, he didn't care. Um, and so one day I decided, no, I'm gonna turn this frown upside down. And I went into the room and I was like, woo, like I won $1 million. Like I had literally won. I just imagined like I would if I had just won that $1 million. I started jumping for joy. And just like that, we have the power we have the control of how we're going to perceive this life. You have the power to shift that frown from upside down. I live with anxiety and depression since my teenage years, and I went through many, many, many different medications and prescriptions, and those just like this whirlwind of medications. Disclaimer: this information is for, informational purposes only. I am not a doctor, so please consult with your doctor, psychologist, medical professionals. But my personal story is I was riddled with all of these antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications. And you know what? The work really started happening is when I started shifting what my brain, what my thoughts were saying. And so you'll have the power to do that, to shift that energy, your emotions, and shift it into a positive uh frequency. And he came into the room, oh, what's wrong? No, nothing, nothing, and um but slowly like that I became aware of um the law of attraction, and your thoughts and your beliefs shape your reality. The law of attraction is based on the idea that the energy you emit through your thoughts and the feelings influences the energy around you. In in turn, it attracts similar energy. So, um, that's why in the subconscious we may feel tired, victimized, broken, not worthiness, unloved. And so that's how we're reacting, and if we're mindful of this and say, oh, I'm not going to act like that because that's not what I want to attract. 1111, make a wish, you'll start to see, angel numbers. And that's just like a reminder: be careful of your thoughts, because that's what you're going to manifest. So, cultivating a positive mindset and focusing on goals can have beneficial effects on your mental well being and motivation. That's where the magic really it does happen. It's in the power in your thoughts. So, if you ever do have the opportunity to come on a retreat with me, you will have an opportunity to do an actual scan with the Itobi scanner and get your personal affirmations, and then you can practice those personal affirmations. Use the essential oils to help open up the your emotional energy center. And so that's the story. That's today's story, and I'm sticking to it. How long have we been on? 43 minutes. So let's end at with that note, and let's pick pick the card. I'll just go through each 7 cards and read each card. So I'm going to pull up this one first because this one has been really calling my attention. So the third eye, authority. The way our world is currently designed, people in authority impose rules upon us. In many situations, it must be this way to maintain order. As an indigo, you possess an inner truth detector, telling you that people in power often abuse such authority. This is one of the most important cards you can receive. because your role in this world is here to help redesign our planet and society to become a place of fairness. When dealing with authority figures, please know that anger will not get you anywhere, but calm assertiveness definitely will. Anytime you feel controlled or ruled by someone, ask the angels to guide you through the situation in a way that will bring about and perpetuate the most peace. In this way, you can clear the path for others who will benefit from your peaceful leadership. And so that may be coming through too as, speaking up. It's time for you to speak up and communicate. Just make sure that you're practicing as something that I had to learn how to was effective communication is uh, at first I was very passive aggressive, and then I would just go to aggressive, and then I had to learn to be assertive and an effective communicator. So there are books out there too. If this is something that you struggle with, is communication, or just seeing outside of the boxes. There's YouTube has everything. There's all kinds of videos out there that can help you. At Which Crucial Conversations is one a good audiobook for that. Okay, now if we pick the grizzly bear, because I love this stone. Shielding. By the way, now 6 years later, as I started to take my power back, I started to vision board and create small daily tasks to get me closer to my vision. And he continued working with, for an elevator company. He was working for an elevator company, and about $25 an hour. He thought he was super cool and blah blah. And so I was home, not doing anything. I had given up my nail business, and I started just studying online. And so I never went anywhere. I stayed in the same house, but I started learning small tasks that then helped me turn into a life coach, start my own business, or, create my own business, or register my own business, and blah, 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 create my own website. And that gave me like the foundation to then help other people. And then I was like, I helped him set himself up as a business, an elevator business. And now that business, his company that was paying him $25 an hour was now then subcontracting him to do the same work for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Still doing the same thing we're doing, sitting in the same home. It's just that instead of self-sabotaging and feeling sorry for myself because of him going out and partying and all that, at first I was like, screw you, I'm calling my girlfriends, girl, let's go get drunk and let's go party. And then we're fighting, and then I was feeling like shit. And the real help, the real change came is when I stopped doing that. I stayed home. I stopped running to drugs, alcohol, and distractions. I started doing that vision board, what I showed you, and I started working working this my three little tasks a day to get me closer to my dream goals. 6 years later, we've have two very successful businesses, and we're in alignment. We're in union, thriving as positive, you know, a power couple and doing big moves. And as I can't believe that we got here. But if it wasn't for me taking my power back, we wouldn't have got here. So going back to shielding, um, although you may be strong at heart, your indigo energy is among the most sensitive on the planet, which is why you feel so intensely in the situation where others seem calm. For that reason, this card is asking you to genetically shield yourself from negativity. Know that the angels are always around you, and powerful auras are continually at your disposal for an energetic shielding. Simply ask heaven to surround you with an angelic light, and know that you are spiritually and emotionally protected. In anytime you are in a hard situation, immediately request that the angels shield you. And so also protect yourself. Don't go to bars and put yourself in situations that you know that there's gonna be toxic energy. I used to use Melissa, was it Melissa essential oils a lot too to help shield crystal bracelets. Expression. This card guides you to speak your mind. After all, that's one of the reasons indigos such as you came to Earth. For so long, people have not spoken up for themselves. As a result, humanity has lived under the tyrannical control of those with power. Now is a time for change, and you are the one of the spiritual warriors in charge of initiating that shift. Always speak your mind, but also be aware of how others react to your declarations. Ask the angels to guide you to communicate in ways that allow you to be heard. If you can express yourself in a manner that people can relate to, your concerns and opinions will much be better received. So very much the energy of going through the dark night of the soul, learning how to protect yourself, how to be an effective communicator, understanding, taking your power back, girlfriend, taking your power back, understanding that, and knowing, not just understanding your brain, it's in your soul, like knowing it, feeling it emotionally, no, feeling it, and knowing that you are special. You may be wondering, why is it that indigos are extremely passionate about their opinions? Why do they have such a hard time holding in their feelings? Well, they were built to never back down in the face of adversity and imbalance. Indigos have incarnated at a crucial time in Earth's and humanity's history to help ensure that the survival of both. You are one of these people, and this is a very special role in this world. And this card asks you to be aware of that. Again, as twin flames, we think that it's all about being with your perfect soulmate. We've been called into a leadership to help shift the energies of this world from a negative to a positive. You are understood. The angels send you this card because every aspect of your personality and existence makes perfect sense to them. As an indigo, you may feel flawed or that you have made mistakes. This card reminds you that nothing is a mistake. Everything is a divine appointment. Know that the heaven and the angels see you as perfect being, and they have been with you at every step of your life. They know who you are and they see your divine perfection. The angels completely understand why you have made every decision you have made. Allow yourself to reveal Allow yourself to revel in the comfort of knowing that there's a force much bigger than any human on this planet. And this force sees you as a flawless soul doing the best that you can. So again, very much, this is the energy of taking your power back when you're going through the dark night of the soul and you see that man, happy-go-lucky, all satisfied, and you may feel like it's unfair. Again, they're only serving as a catalyst to trigger you into your awakening, to taking your power back, because you have a bigger role in this lifetime. You're just a piece of a puzzle to the bigger picture. If you're interested in learning more about your personal mission, feel free to book an appointment with me so we can go over your natal charts and do some self-discovery assessments to help uplift that vibration of yours and help build your self-confidence, your self-love, and taking your power back. As for a sign, if you're feeling stuck or confused, you need a sign to point you in the best direction. Signs are some of the most interactive and consistent messages the angels can bring. When you regularly ask for them, they are shown consistent reminders that you're on the right path and receive clear guidance to help keep you there. As an indigo, you may feel disconnected from other people and wonder why you can't relate to them. Ask the angels to show you the plan, and recognizable signs that you wish, purpose, dreams, hopes, desires is relevant and possible, and to let you know that the next step is, and to let you know the next step for you to take. You will be very pleased with the outcome, as a heaven will validate and guide you clearly. All you have to do is ask. So if you've been asking for signs, God, what do I do next? Where do I go from here? May this be a sign and a help to you, for you. Get your journal out and give yourself, do the circle of life assessment. Where are you least satisfied? And if it's something that you've been avoiding, take some time and focus on that area, and you'll see how everything will shift and fall into alignment for the greater good. Allow love. Sometimes it's difficult for indigos to see that those around them, especially those in authority role, actually do love them. When rules are imposed upon them, when they face disciplinary actions, and when the ones who close to them get upset, they are often left feeling rejected. It is your role as an indigo to question the rules and to ask why. When situations seem unfair, this will never change. This card invites you to see that although some things feel unjust, people are only lovingly looking out for your best interests. In order for you to live and succeed in society, certain rules must be followed. When the people in your place in your life, when the people in your life correct your behaviors, sometimes it's because they love you and want the best for you. If you sit and meditate, you'll know whether it's true for your present situation. Your role in this world will be shown to you clearly. Your job now is to make sure that you do what is asked in order to be a productive member of society, the same society you are meant to recreate. So there you go, lovelies. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, that it was helpful. If so, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if not, give me a like, um, comment if this was helpful for you. But other than that, I appreciate you, and we're gonna end this reading today, and I'll be back on tomorrow morning. Goodbye.